So this is my Cantan Game Reflection. I'm gonna break my sections off into different videos. So this is the brief summary of each day. Day one was me, Jason, Anish, and Meet. We didn't know how to play the game, so we kind of just went with the flow. We didn't use any development cards. We didn't know about the victory points. We built our settlements and cities very close to each other, which made it kind of difficult to acquire material because we were all getting the same material, which meant that it was very hard to get, like, we could say sheep or hay, but we all ended up with some wood, a lot of brick, and some stone. But that day was just mainly a learning curve. We were just trying to figure out how to play the game, so we weren't expecting to play it properly at first. We didn't count victory points either, and our board was messed up because we had A cards mixed with B cards. But overall, it was fun, and we definitely learned at the end of the game how we were actually supposed to play. And then on day two, that's exactly what we did. We played properly, except that we still hadn't figured out how the victory points work. But our board was set up properly, and we were all spaced out at the beginning, which made it easy to acquire all the materials that was necessary. But one thing that did happen was Meat was able to acquire all the hay, which meant that all of us, if we wanted hay, needed to trade with Meat. And the thing is, Meat only got hay, so eventually when we were able to obtain more material, he realized that he needed to trade with us in order to get more of the materials he needed to build settlements, roads, and cities, because he was only getting hay and I think sheep. Along with that, we tried to cut off a niche. That way he'd be forced to trade with us in order to get what he wanted. And we wanted that because he had the biggest supply of wood. So if we needed wood and we cut him off, he would have to trade with us for wood to get what he wanted. Day three, I switched groups and I went over to Bronson, Garen, Darius, and McKaylee's group. I partnered up with McKaylee. This game was played properly, and we all spread out at the beginning. We all amounted to a large amount of properties. Overall, I think Bronson won this game. There was more strategy to this. We all decided to capitalize on something. Like, I capitalized on brick, which meant that if people wanted to trade for brick, they'd have to come to me because I got all of it. But the one thing I was missing was sheep, which made it difficult to get development cards, which made it difficult to get victory points. But because I did have brick, I was able to build enough cities to get, I think, 8 victory points. But Bronson ended up winning in the end. Another thing was me and Darius attempted to cut off Garen in order to force him to have to trade with everyone to get his materials because he had a very big supply on hay. Overall, all 3 days were fun, and that's how they were played.